more mega PPV to be open for vaccinations. Malaysia, Saudi Arabia to form trade cooperation on commodity sector. Hello there, I'm Brendan Lepal and you're watching Updates at Noon. More mega vaccine dispensing centres, PPV, that can manage more than 2,000 appointments for vaccine recipients daily will be open for the third phase of the National Covid-19 Immunisation Programme, or PICK. Its coordinating minister, Khairi Jamaluddin, said the first mega PPV at the World Trade Center, WTC, Kuala Lumpur, opened yesterday for administering the AstraZeneca vaccine is capable of accommodating 2,468 appointments in a day. Elaborating further, Khairi also said the priority to expand PPV coverage for AstraZeneca vaccine injection in red zone states was also under discussion, as another 1.1 million doses of the vaccine would arrive in Malaysia around May. He said the opening of these PPV only takes a short time and will go hand in hand with the supply of vaccines.
Kita memberi tumpuan kepada negeri merah dan perbincangan dan perancangan sekarang ini sedang berjalan untuk memilih negeri-negeri yang sesuai untuk diberikan PPV AZ secara program sukarela opt-in yang dijalankan seiring ataupun paralel dengan program imunisasi COVID-19 kebangsaan.
Khairi also said that for the first time, the 4 PPV for dispensing the AstraZeneca vaccine used the services of private medical practitioners registered with Protect Health Corps Indira Berhad to provide vaccine injections. Prior to this, all 286,000 doses of AstraZeneca offered under the first phase were fully booked within 3 hours after registration opened on Sunday, subject to certain conditions. Before this, the AstraZeneca vaccine had raised public concerns following reports of incidents of blood clots or thrombosis among recipients. Hari Raya visits in Conditional Movement Control Order CMCO areas in Sarawak is limited to the first 3 days of the festival only. Based on the latest celebration guidelines issued by the Sarawak Islamic Council (SIC) yesterday, the period of visits is between the 1st and 3rd Shawwal, and visitors are only allowed to visit close family members. The Sarawak State Disaster Management Committee (SDMC) decided on Tuesday to allow Aidilfitri celebrations for 7 days in the state from the 1st to 7th Shawwal and limited to close family members only. The SIC, however, retained the SDMC's decision to allow Aidilfitri voluntary prayers at all mosques, surau, musola and premises with SIC approval only, with the attendance limited to the capacity of the premises with physical distancing of 1 meter. Hari Raya visits, Aidilfitri prayers and visiting graves, however, are not permitted in areas under the Enhanced Movement Control Order (EMCO) in the state. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said 20 new Covid-19 clusters were reported yesterday, comprising 8 at workplaces, 6 in the community, 2 linked to religious events and 4 in the education sector, including 3 educational institutions under the Education Ministry (KPM). The workplace clusters are Kampung Padang Lalang in Kelantan, Jalan Sawit and Tanjung Kibong in Sarawak, Sri Manjalara in Kuala Lumpur, Persiaran Layar Perak in Johor, Taman Pertama in Perak, Kopitiam Macap Baru in Melaka and Mutiara Bentong in Pahang. Commenting further, Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham said the community clusters meanwhile consists of Kampung Paya Ula, Sungai Mas and Mongkos in Sarawak, Jalan Dato' On in Johor, Tanah Puteh Baru and Makota Height in Pahang. The 3 clusters involving educational institutions under KPM are Taman Medan and Persiaran Setia Terima in Selangor and Jalan Yaakob Latif in Kuala Lumpur, while Jalan Kukup in Johor is the other cluster in the education sector. The Health Director General added that the religion-linked clusters are Seruling Dua Belas in Selangor and Jalan Damai Bakti in Kuala Lumpur. He said 14 clusters, however, ended yesterday, leaving 411 active clusters. Malaysia will soon establish a trade cooperation with Saudi Arabia involving the commodity sector. Plantation Industries and Commodities Minister Datuk Dr. Muhammad Khairuddin Aman Razali said it will involve plantations and agricultural commodities as part of the government's efforts in promoting the country's products and increasing the income of smallholder farmers at various levels. Datuk Dr. Muhammad Khairuddin said the delegation will depart for Saudi Arabia on the 9th of June to discuss several issues including the exports of palm oil and rubber-based products.
Pertama sekali kita akan bincang tentang penubuhan pejabat serantau kita di Jeddah yang sedang dalam proses sekarang, merangkumi 3 sektor. Satu perkayuan di bawah MTC, yang kedua getah di bawah MRC, yang ketiga MPOC sawit. Yang kedua kita akan promo tentang kelebihan toko trienol yang menjadi satu bahan vitamin E yang terbaik yang di dalam sawit kita, untuk kita promo bukan hanya minyak itu untuk dimasak, bukan hanya untuk kosmetik, tapi juga untuk pharmaceutical dan juga untuk kesihatan. Dalam keadaan Saudi Arabia hari ini sedang bergerak ke arah pemakanan kesihatan yang baik. Itu memang hala tuju baru kerajaan Saudi.
Speaking at an event in Putrajaya yesterday, he said both countries will also discuss the opportunities for Malaysia to market the rubber-based furniture that can be used to complete the residential projects in Saudi Arabia. Recipients of Prihatin Special Grant GKP who have yet to receive additional payments under the Rakyat's Protection Assistance Package Perma are advised to check their payment status through the GKP portal. In a statement yesterday, the Communications Division of the Inland Revenue Board LHD and Chief Executive Officer's Office said that for GKP recipients with credit failure status, they are required to update the details of their bank accounts immediately so that payments can be made. According to the statement, bank account information can be updated from 5 to 19 May. The statement also said the GKP recipient should ensure the updated bank account is active and uses a personal savings account number or personal current account number. The statement added that recipients are encouraged to open a new bank account, GKP recipient's personal savings bank account, and to update the GKP portal using the new account number to avoid recurring credit failures. It said the payment dates of the additional GKP Perma to the updated bank account would be informed from time to time, and inquiries and related feedback can be forwarded to the LHDN through its Hasil Care Line, Hasil Live Chat, and the feedback form on its official portal. Solid waste collection has increased to almost 33,000 tons during Ramadan this year, compared to 27,000 tons in the same period last year. According to Alam Flora's Deputy General Manager Operations, Raja Kamal Azizul Raja Ibrahim said the reopening of Ramadan bazaars was one of the main contributing factors to the increase of almost 20% in solid waste collection. Raja Kamal said when purchases are made in excess of household consumption, they will end up in the bin, and that was the reason he felt has contributed to the increase in solid waste collection this year. He said Ramadan buffets organized at restaurants and hotels around Kuala Lumpur also contributed to the increase in solid waste collection. He said various initiatives and campaigns should be continued to give awareness to the community to plan their food purchases to avoid wastage. Earlier, Raja Kamal distributed 1,000 packets of bubur lambuk and 25 containers to be used to fill recycled cooking oil for Ramadan Bazaar traders at the Surau Jumaat Al-Hikmah compound, Beringin Jinjang Utara People's Housing Project in conjunction with the Love Food, Hate Waste campaign. 3 men were injured, including one who nearly lost his leg after a fire extinguisher exploded at a premise in Jalan Husin Nordin, Taman Pearl, Ipoh, Perak yesterday. It is learned that the incident occurred while the fire extinguisher was being refilled before it suddenly exploded. The state's Fire and Rescue Department Operations Centre in a statement said it received an emergency call at 5:09 p.m. In the incident, 2 people suffered minor injuries while another victim suffered severe injuries to his right leg. The fire and rescue personnel who arrived at the scene were instructed to provide first aid and handed over the victim to the Ministry of Health Malaysia for further action. The statement also said that the operation ended at 5:39 p.m. But first, local football, Perak FC finally snapped its run of winless games in the Super League with a 1-0 victory over Petaling Jaya PJ City FC at the Petaling Jaya City Council Stadium last night. Now, the win has brought a relief to the Bosgora squad after failing to obtain any victories in the previous 4 matches. Playing in a wet field, both teams were more careful with the ball at their feet and struggled in launching their attacks. The only goal of the game came from Argentinian striker Sergio Aguero in the 26th minute, who knocked the ball into the net past goalkeeper Kalamula Al-Hafiz Madrowi, thus putting Perak FC in the lead. Since recording a 3-2 victory over bottom club UiTM FC on 7 April, Perak FC has lost 3-1 to Selangor FC, drawn 1-1 against Kedah Darul Aman FC, and lost 1-0 to Melaka United and 2-1 to Sabah FC. Perak FC will be fighting against Sri Pahang FC in the next match. In another match, Selangor FC drew 2-2 to the second lowest team in the table, Sri Pahang FC, at the Darul Makmur Stadium in Kuantan. The match, which was delayed for about 15 minutes due to issues with the floodlights in the stadium, saw the Tok Gajah squad stun the visitors through a goal from new import player Manuel Hidalgo in the 48th minute. Selangor FC, however, turned the game around and took the lead through goals from Myanmar import Hein Tet Ong in the 76th minute and Nigerian forward Ifedayo Olusegun in the 87th minute. The effort from the Red Giants, however, came up short as Sri Pahang drew the match at the end of injury time through Abdul Malik Mat Arif to share the spoils. That's it from us this afternoon. In our top story, more mega PPP to be open for vaccinations. Tune in to News at 10, coming up at 10 p.m. on my Freeviews saluran Berita RTM channel 123. You can also stream the channel via YouTube or RTM's Click web portal and mobile app. Thank you for watching. I'm Brenda Paul. Have a pleasant day.